Everyone talks about goals. Nobody talks about the real gap between these two. Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappé get compared every single week. Same generation, same stage, same conversation about who's really the best striker alive. But almost every comparison stops at the surface. Pace versus power. Left foot versus finishing instinct. Numbers on a stat sheet. That's not the real difference. The real difference is how each of them sees the game itself. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. By the time you get to minute 3 of this video, you won't be able to watch either of them the same way again. Let's start with Haaland. Watch him for 90 minutes, and you'll notice something strange. For long stretches, he barely touches the ball. He walks, he jogs, he looks almost bored. Commentators used to call it lazy. It's not lazy, it's calculated. Haaland isn't playing to entertain you for 90 minutes. He's playing for 4 seconds. The 4 seconds where the ball drops into the box and the defender is a half step slow. Everything before that moment is just him saving energy, reading the shape of the defense, and waiting. There's a name for that 4-second window inside his own coaching staff, and it explains almost every goal he's ever scored. Mbappé plays the opposite way. He wants the ball constantly. He wants to beat a man, then beat another one, then set up a shot from 30 yards out just because he can. Where Haaland disappears for long stretches, Mbappé is a threat from the first minute to the last. He doesn't wait for the moment. He tries to create 10 of them. Think of it like 2 different hunters. One sets a trap and waits in silence. The other chases the prey across the whole field until it has nowhere left to run. Now watch what happens the moment either of those hunting styles gets taken away from them. Haaland grew up under a father who played in the Premier League and understood exactly what English football demanded physically. Positioning, timing, strength in the box. Haaland was raised to be a finisher first, a footballer second. Everything extra he's added, the passing, the link-up play, came later, almost as a bonus. Mbappé came up through a different path entirely, League One, and before that the streets and academies of Bondi, where flair and dribbling get you noticed before anything else does. He wasn't raised to finish moves. He was raised to start them, carry them, and finish them all by himself, if nobody else could. 2 academies, 2 continents, 2 completely different definitions of what a striker is even supposed to do. Look at their first touch. Haaland's first touch is designed to get him into a shooting position as fast as possible. It's not always pretty. Sometimes the ball bounces off him at an angle that shouldn't work, and somehow he's still through on goal a second later. Efficiency over elegance, every time. Mbappe's first touch is designed to open space for the next 3 moves, not just the next one. He's already thinking 2 actions ahead, setting up the run, the cutback, the shot, before the ball has even fully settled. But their real split shows up somewhere you'd never think to look. Not their feet, their face. When Haaland has a bad game, you can see it immediately. Frustration, silence, he becomes almost invisible, drifting even further from play than usual, like the switch just turned off completely. When Mbappé has a bad game, he does the opposite. He demands the ball more, not less. He starts dropping deeper, taking more risks, trying to force something to happen through sheer will. Sometimes it backfires. Sometimes it wins the game in the 89th minute. One striker manages his energy like a closer, who only appears when the game truly needs him. The other refuses to leave the mound no matter how tired his arm gets. Now let's talk about the thing that actually shaped both of them long before either one touched a professional ball. Haaland has never had to be the face of a nation on his shoulders. Mbappé has, since he was 19 years old. Imagine scoring a World Cup final hat-trick as a teenager and having every single tournament afterward measured against that one night. That's Mbappe's reality. Every missed chance gets compared to 2018. Every quiet game gets compared to Qatar. There's a weight there that very few athletes in any sport have ever had to carry that young. Haaland has never carried that kind of national pressure. Norway hasn't qualified for a major tournament during his prime years. As unfair as that sounds for a country desperate to see him on that stage, it's also given him something valuable. Freedom. He gets to build his legacy purely at club level, without a nation's history sitting on his back every summer. Watch their faces in the tunnel before a Champions League semi-final, and you'll see that freedom, or the lack of it, written all over them. Haaland looks almost bored, like he's already 3 plays ahead in his head. Mbappé looks locked in, intense, like he's carrying something heavier than just 3 points. Neither reaction is fake. Both are shaped by everything that led them to that exact night. Here's something else that almost never comes up. What happens when you take their teammates away? Haaland is, by nature, a finisher who needs service. He needs wingers pulling defenders wide. He needs a midfielder threading a ball into the right channel at the right time. Take away his service for a full season, and even Haaland becomes ordinary. His genius depends on the players around him. Mbappé doesn't need that same level of service. He can create his own chances from nothing. Isolate one defender on the wing, and he can turn a dead possession into a goal completely on his own. That independence makes him less predictable, but it also means his team sometimes has to build the entire attacking structure around keeping him isolated in one-on-one situations. Which means the scariest version of either player only shows up in one very specific situation. And it's not the same situation for both of them. Against a team that sits deep and packs the box, Haaland can get swallowed up. Not enough space for that final 4-second burst. Mbappé, on the other hand, thrives in exactly that chaos, because give him even 1 yard of space against a tired defender in the 75th minute, and it's over. Against a team that presses high and leaves gaps in behind, it flips completely. Haaland punishes that mistake instantly. 1 pass, 1 run, done. Mbappé needs a bit more room to work with, a bit more time to accelerate into full stride. Coaches build entire game plans around this one detail, and most fans never even notice it happening. Now let's talk about the part of this rivalry that nobody wants to think about. What happens when their legs start to go? Haaland's game is built on physical dominance, strength, speed, timing in the box. That's a style that tends to age well into a player's early 30s, especially with good conditioning. Robert Lewandowski proved that a striker who relies on positioning and power can still be lethal well past 30. Mbappé's game relies far more on raw, explosive pace. And pace, historically, is the first thing to go. That doesn't mean Mbappé will suddenly decline. Plenty of quick players evolve their game as they age, dropping deeper, relying more on vision and finishing than pure speed. But it does mean his career arc will likely look completely different from Haaland's. One is built like a machine that gets more efficient with age. The other is built like a rocket that has to eventually find a second engine. And that brings us to the question you've actually been waiting this entire video to ask. So who's really better? Here's the uncomfortable truth. That question doesn't have a clean answer, because you're not comparing 2 versions of the same player. You're comparing 2 completely different theories of how to dominate a football match. Haaland is the theory that football can be simplified. Find the most dangerous space on the pitch, occupy it better than anyone else alive, and let the rest of the game come to you. Mbappé is the theory that football can be conquered through sheer individual force. Take the game into your own hands, again and again, until the opponent simply cannot keep up. Only one of those 2 theories fits perfectly into any system you put around it. The other one only works if the whole world bends around him. That's actually the real difference nobody talks about. It's not pace, it's not finishing, it's not even mentality on its own. It's adaptability. Haaland can be neutralized tactically if you take away his space and his service. Mbappé can be neutralized physically if you match his speed and cut his passing lanes. But put either of them in the wrong system, surrounded by the wrong players, and you'll see their weaknesses just as clearly as their strengths. Which means the real question was never who's better. It was always which theory of football you personally believe in. Do you believe the best players win by mastering one perfect moment? Or do you believe the best players win by refusing to ever stop trying to create that moment themselves? That single belief is why fans argue about this for hours and never actually agree. Because deep down, they're not really arguing about Haaland or Mbappe. They're arguing about what they think greatness actually looks like. And maybe that's exactly why this rivalry works. Two players, two philosophies. One era lucky enough to watch both of them prove their theory right, night after night.